It was very explosive that night, something that we're not used to do.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Remains Backstage. We are in the Gramercy Theater in New York City, one of the shows for Gaerea during their first tour in the US and Canada. And one of the band members is right here with me. How are you today?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me.
Great. We always like to begin our interviews with the same question. Have you been listening to any music while on the road?
Oh, honestly, barely. It's so much noise every day with sound check and shows and getting to bed very late and getting early very early as well. That normally the van time is precious time for us to try to catch some sleep,
Right.
Do our own stuff, and sometimes we do it just for fun. But normally, well, at least on this tour, we're not listening to a lot of music, honestly.
Okay.
Just trying to keep it as fresh as we can.
Sure. Understood. We're getting near to the final part of Gaerea's first North American tour. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Some shows had to be canceled because of extreme weather and bad road conditions. But besides that, has this tour met your expectations?
Oh, it went quite far from my expectations, honestly. I was not expecting to have a big bunch of sold-out shows. We knew that at least Chicago and Vancouver were sold out before we embarked, before we took our flights here. But when we arrived, the agency was telling us that at least 10 other shows would be sold out, and at this point, I think we have more sold outs.
This show is sold out today.
Yeah, this one is sold out. Tomorrow is sold out as well. Boston was sold out. There's been so many sold out shows that, well, honestly, I was not expecting that, and for us being here for the first time, it's just amazing.
Great.
To play for such a big amount of audience and in beautiful venues such as this one. And with a brilliant package as this one, with Wada, Krahanger, and Rotten Christ. It's just amazing.
It is. Congratulations. Talking about tours, last year you had the opportunity to embark on your first ever Latin American tour in November and December. What can you tell us about that experience?
Life-changing, honestly. We had such a beautiful run there. We played in a bunch of countries that I never thought I was able to meet, like Guatemala, El Salvador.
Yeah, that's my country.
Or even Chile, or even Costa Rica. We had a very warm welcome from all the fans there. Packed venues as well, something again I was not expecting to have. And it was just a beautiful run with beautiful people. All around Latin America and Central America. So awesome. I hope we can return very soon.
Awesome. Great news for Latin America if that happens. As the band has stated many times already in other interviews, you all wear masks because you want people to focus on your music and on the performance and not on your physical appearance. That leads me to ask, do you adopt a different persona when you put the mask on?
I like to see our performance and the moments that we live as a band as our true selves. So rather the opposite. It's when we actually feel alive and feel, well, free and liberated to do whatever we want on that stage. And that's what people like to see, in my opinion, to feel 5 human beings that really feel like the world is theirs to conquer. Something that I don't feel in my life most often, but I'm able to feel when I'm with this band, when I'm performing with this band. I don't see it as a performance at all. I just see it as another side of the mirror of something of someone who I am and someone that I can't be at all times. But it's just a liberating and cathartic experience to be on stage for us. And as long as we can keep that, we will keep touring and keep carrying the torch of Gaerea.
Awesome. That is very interesting. Why is it so important to explore human behaviors and feelings in your work?
Well, because for us, humans are our main source of inspiration. As I say many times, we love to hate them as much as we hate to love them. So for us, it's this deconstruction of thoughts every 2 or 3 years when we have to create, when we feel the urge to create a new record, a new vision, to just revisit these thoughts and continue to sculpt this world that we created for us called the Vortex Society. For me, it's everything to observe and absorb humans, their inspirations, their dreams, their hopes, and how does that shapes the future or just lets it burn to the ground. Not all of us can do what we love, but I also feel inspired for the ones that get stuck in their lives just wishing for something that will never arrive.
Right.
So I think that's beautiful as well. It's terrible, but it's beautiful.
Right. Yeah. Great. Awesome. Gaerea has achieved a lot in a relatively short period of time. We're talking between 6 to 7 years. People all over the world refer to Gaerea as a successful act. Do you agree on that conception?
Well, we're far from successful. I mean, we're still a struggling young band that needs to hop in a van and tour and travel around the country to make this happen. It's very exhausting, but it's the sacrifice we know we have to put ourselves through. Yeah, I do agree. We are achieving a lot of good things due to our hard work and ethics. And
so you think the band is going in the right direction?
We're going in a very interesting direction. I don't know if it's the right one. We'll see. In 10 years, we'll be able to see all those bad steps that we took in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Also the good ones, of course. But I'm happy with what we are finally achieving with this tour, with some other things that are happening in Europe for us as well, the big festivals, mm-hmm. the big tours. Of course, the love and care that our fans feel for our music and the people that come early to these shows to see us. It's just something amazing to experience this warmth that we started to feel until now. It's just something I never expected to have in the beginning when I created all this. And every day is a new day, and every day surprises me a bit more with what we can achieve in life, in this band, as a group, as friends, as colleagues, and as professionals.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some say it's not the final goal, it's the journey.
Yeah, I would say there's never a final goal if you're talking about musicians. There's no ultimate success, mostly in what we do and in the world that we insert ourselves in. But there's beautiful moments in this journey, as you speak of, mm-hmm. and we should flourish them and embrace them as something very unique, more unique than whatever goal you have in life, because I actually don't believe I have many goals in my life. I don't think the smallest ones that I have, I will ever fulfill them, because they're quite far from what I do now. Mm-hmm. So I think it's about trying to keep it real, trying to keep it challenging as well, mm-hmm. Not just comforting and beautiful and
right.
Taking everything as a very beautiful experiences, because sometimes it's good to feel the discomfort, mm-hmm. and that's the challenge of what we do.
Awesome. Mirage was very well received after it launched last September. Do you think this record will have any influence in future works?
I don't know, probably. It's very, very soon for us to think of how the future will sound for Gaerea. There's a few ideas already. I know a few ideas and how I would love to continue with this concept. Musically, we'll see. We'll see how it shapes, but I'm pretty sure it won't be another Mirage album. I think it's always the same thing. I didn't want Limbo to sound as Unsettling Whispers. I didn't want Mirage to sound as like Limbo did. Limbo is a very aggressive album, very dissonant. Mirage is a more beautiful, cathartic, still explosive and furious, but with a lot of atmosphere.
It's very intense.
Yeah, intense, but it's not as dense as Limbo was. Limbo is a big chunk of noise, in my opinion. Good noise, of course, but everything is very busy because that album needs to be busy. A lot of things happen in that album for the story that we need to tell. So I don't know. Everything for us depends on the story and the concept that we decide to move on with. So that will dictate for sure how the record will sound like.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we'll see.
Time will tell. For our final question, can you share with us one of your favorite backstage moments?
Oh, yeah. We have a lot. We're not a explosive party animal band by all means. We're not. We like our rest. Can't bring names or even the bands we were with because I think that should remain in my memory. I do remember this first festival we did after the pandemic. Still during the pandemic, I think, in Austria, where we still today hold very, very funny memories of, the way it was very explosive that night, something that we're not used to do. The other bands we were with probably don't do that very often because you can't live like that. But I guess being stuck at home shaped for a very grotesque night in Vienna and somewhere in 2021 with another band. I think it was a festival in Vienna. We were just sharing the backstage with another band we have toured with some other times, and alcohol led to very interesting memories. Well, I'll leave it like that.
Yeah. Probably all that period of time, it was a long time that nothing was happening. Probably trigger, I don't know, to have like a moment like that. I think we all did at some point.
Yeah, I guess we all had that. I mean, it's that secluded moment shaped most of what Mirage sounds like. I'm grateful for that.
All right.
It was a good period to change a lot of ourselves. We are a very different band than the one before the pandemic. Very, very different band.
Yeah.
For the good ways, most good ways in my opinion. It sucked in a lot of levels, but for us, I think we knew how to handle that and how to survive, build a bit more around our structure so we could be a bit more sustainable,
right?
And prepare for the future, which is now.
Yeah. Awesome. If you like this interview, share it with your friends, your family, subscribe to our channel, make sure you buy and stream Mirage, and make sure you go and catch up Gaerea when they come to your city, when they are on tour, because they will blow your fucking mind. And until next time, stay metal. Yeah, cool. Man.
Cheers,
That's
man.
it.
Thank you.